All right, welcome back. Thank you for joining us for another one of our live weather hits. This is your first time seeing me. I am Joey Johnson from the digital team, and I am joined by our sports director in Bossier, Chris Burns. What's going on, buddy? Chris, I'm not hearing you again. Hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. What's going on, buddy?
You can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey, Joey. It's cold out here. I hope you're staying warm in there. Let's see. Wave two hit late last night, early this morning, and I experienced something for the first time, which was thunder sleet. Never seen it before in my life. It was scary.
So that is something I've been wanting to ask you about. Now, you are from up north, and us Southerners get a whole lot of flack about not handling cold well, not being able to drive in the cold. How is this different from the cold that you've experienced where you're from?
So, the one thing I will say is that typically in upstate New York, where I'm from, is that we don't get much freezing rain. It's it very rarely does it drop below freezing in New York anyway. We just get a boatload of snow. So the fact that the first winter weather experience we have down here, it's just sleeting and freezing rain. That's a little bit different than what I'm accustomed to, and gotta say, not a fan.
Yeah, I think a big part of the stereotype about us not being able to drive in the cold, it's not the same kind of cold. The ground is normally warm when it starts, so we get sleet, snow, whatever, it melts and then freezes back over once the ground is cold enough, and then you have a mess. And that's why it's so much different trying to drive here after a snow or hail or whatever than it is up there.
Oh, for sure. Do you know? Well, let me go. Let me take you on a tour first before I ask you this next question. So, to show you the ice accumulation, what we're dealing with here, we have it on my car, things like that, on my mailbox, like you'll see. But the real danger, Joey, is when it gets on these branches, which if you go over here, you can see that all of the leaves just have glossy ice on them, all the branches, and things like that. And when that happens, it weighs the branch down. And everyone's been wondering and worrying about power outages, and that's usually what happens. Ice accumulates on branches, the branch gets heavier than normal, and snaps, hits a power line, people lose power. Luckily, the Barkstead bubble and people in South Bossier still have power, Joey.
And that's another one of those things that I think a lot of people don't realize. I have not taken a science class in a long time, and I'm not a botanist, but typically in your colder climates, the trees are more narrowly shaped where snow, ice, whatever, slopes off better. But here, where everything's kind of wider out because this isn't a normal thing, it's easier for stuff to accumulate like that and make the branches get heavy and break like you were talking about.
Yeah, especially when, as soon as they're touching it, it's freezing because of how cold it's been. I mean, I don't know the exact temperature right now, but I can tell you this. You ain't out here, Joey. You ain't out here.
Oh no, I'm not out there, but I have been at the studio since Friday. So different kind of suffering, but suffering all the
That's true.
same.
That's true. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't know who has it worse. Someone that's got to stay there or the people that have to go outside every single day. But look, you can see the ice accumulation even more so on this tree. Obviously, this tree ain't falling on anything, but it's just to show you the example of what we're looking at. This is the ice that's just sitting there on a leaf, and obviously, with thousands of leaves on a tree, even this little piece of ice, thousands of them are going to weigh that down and cause branches to snap.
Yep, it is a mess. Anything else you can think of before I let you off of here and let you go warm up?
Yeah, I got to show you two things. One, this is the difference of the wind impact on vehicles and or, trees and things that are getting the brunt force of the wind. So this is the side the wind hits, and all the ice, and you can't even move the handle. Everything is just locked on there. And there's the ice accumulation we've talked about. But if you go on the other side of the car where the wind doesn't get to it, it's like a magic trick, and you walk through another universe in a different world that it's not as bad, right? Like, yes, there's still some ice because it's cold out here, but it's not as bad as the other side of the car was. And Joey, before you let me go, AFC Championship game just started, and I need your pick.
If Bo Nix was playing, I think it would be a different thing, but backup quarterback in the championship game, I think he'll do better than most people expect, but I think the smart money is on the Patriots.
I love to hear it. But yeah, Joey, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go back inside, warm up, and go watch football. And hopefully everyone that's watching this stays home, stays safe. We're outside, so you don't have to be. Joey?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Burns. Have a good one. Warm up. Hopefully watch your Patriots win, and we will see you again right back here soon. For anybody watching, let your people know that you can keep up with all the weather updates on the KTL News website, on KTL Now, on Roku, Amazon, or not Amazon, on Roku, Prime, and Apple, and on our normal apps that we've had forever. So there are a lot of ways to keep up with us. We're bringing you constant updates all throughout the day. Until this is over, we will be here giving you all the information you need to keep your family safe and warm.